President Buhari cancels visit to Rwanda. DAPCHI girls to be rescued before end of March. Army set to arrest killer herdsmen. This is the News Hour on television Nigerian. I am Imabong Edukere. President Muhammadu Buhari has cancelled his trip to Rwanda, where he is set to sign the framework agreement for establishing the African Continental Free Trade Area. A statement by the spokesman for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Tope Elias Fatil, explained that the cancellation is to allow for input by Nigerian stakeholders. The Nigerian Labour Congress has criticized last week's approval of the initiative by the Federal Executive Council. The Congress has described the action as hasty, insisting that the relevant stakeholders were not carried along by the Ministry of Trade and Investment. More than 100 schoolgirls abducted recently from a school in DAPCHI, Yobe State, will soon regain their freedom. The girls are expected to be rescued before the end of March 2018. The Minister of Defense, Mansur Dan Ali, made the disclosure during an interview on national television. Dan Ali revealed that the government has taken all necessary measures, including the dispatch of surveillance devices to locate the whereabouts of the girls. According to him, available intelligence indicates that security forces are closing in on the location of the abductors. On February 19, 2018, a faction of Boko Haram allegedly invaded Government Girls Technical College, DAPCHI, Yobe State, and abducted students from the dormitory. As part of government's efforts to bring lasting peace to Benue State and other troubled spots in the country, Defense Headquarters has assured of its commitment to arrest alleged killer herdsmen operating in the states. The Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General John Ajim, said this recently in Abuja. The Army spokesman explained that the exercise will contain the activities of the criminals. Suspected herdsmen had over the week attacked some communities in Plateau and Kogi. When we return from the break, NNPC to end fuel scarcity. Thanks for staying tuned. Nigeria will no longer experience scarcity of petroleum products. The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mikenti Baru, gave the assurance recently. Mikenti Baru, who disclosed that the era of fuel scarcity in the country is over, noted that the last incident enabled the corporation to put measures in place towards ensuring a lasting solution to the problem. The NNPC GMD revealed that depots in Ejigbo, Moshimi, Ibadan, and other parts of the country have received sufficient products for the distribution across the country. He further explained that the corporation is discussing with security agencies to end cross-border smuggling of the commodity and to ensure the safety of pipelines. In business, in a bid to educate and protect telecom consumers, the Nigeria Communication Commission says it has developed a series of initiatives such as Consumer Web Portal. The Director, Consumer Affairs Bureau of Commission, Abdullahi Mekano, said this recently in Jalingo, the Taraba state capital. Abdullahi Mekano was speaking at the 36th edition of the Consumer Town Hall meeting. He explained that adequate response to consumer inquiries through NCC toll-free centers, social media interaction, and others will help consumers get value for money. The National Health Insurance Scheme is to review capitation rates paid by health maintenance organizations to hospitals and other service providers. The zonal coordinator of the scheme, Akinbade Olufemi, said this at a seminar organized by Healthcare International. He revealed that the regulatory body has conducted a review of the 2013 tariff, with the new tariff regime taken up from 2018. The major stakeholders under the NHIS are health maintenance organizations, healthcare providers, and beneficiaries. Sports news. The president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, has expressed his confidence in the ability of the Super Eagles to win the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Amaju Pinnick said that with hard work, prayers, and support for the national team, the Eagles can win the top prize. He also assured that everything the Eagles need for victory at the Mundial has been provided. Nigeria is drawn in Group D alongside Argentina, Croatia, and Iceland. Barcelona star and Argentine international Lionel Messi says he has become less selfish and more of a team player. He says that he is always working and moving with the team from the position of the pitch to another. The 30-year-old disclosed that he doesn't play individual football like he used to. Lionel Messi is Barcelona forward in a 4-4-2 formation. Turkish troops and their Syrian rebel allies have seized control of the town center in Afrin from Kurdish YPG fighters. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said that mopping operations are underway. The Turkish flag has been raised in a town that sits less than 50 kilometers from the Turkish border. Turkey launched its military offensive against United States-backed Kurdish YPG militia in Afrin in January 20, supported by FSA rebel factions. Ankara says the YPG is an extension of Marxist Kurdish group, the PKK, which has been waging an insurgency in southeast Turkey since the 1980s. That's been news on the hour on television Nigerian. To end the news, a recap of the major stories. President Buhari cancels visit to Rwanda. DAPCHI girls to be rescued before end of March. Army set to arrest killer herdsmen. Before I go, I'll leave you with this thought. A woman who hangs on the illusion of a family's protection has no business in marriage. I am Imabong Edukere.